Hello and welcome to the 14th episode of the Super Samurai Market. Here today from Kamakura, actually at the heart of Keichodo fine samurai art. My name is Paul Kramers and I'm here with the owner of Keichodo.
That'd be me, Robert Hughes. And today we're enjoying summer in Kamakura. And summer is quite spectacular because if you've been to Kamakura before, you'll know it's a beach town. And during the summer months of July and August, the beaches are full of Tokyoites and Kanagawa locals, university students on summer vacation, and they're enjoying the beach. And the beaches are lined with beach houses that have temporary arrangements where they can run their businesses for July and August. And of course, they sell ice-cold beer. Now that itself is an attraction.
Definitely. But we are not here for the beers in Kamakura. We are here for the very fine samurai arts. So Robert, can you tell us a little bit about Keichodo?
We're not here for the beer. That's a nice slogan. Yes. So, what am I supposed to tell you about?
When did you start Keichodo? And why is it called Keichodo?
Okay, so in 1986 I started this enterprise, and even though I was engaged in education, I conducted sword activities on the weekends because my primary motivation was to be able to acquire swords for my own collection. And in order to do that, the easiest way was to actually engage in buying and selling these artifacts. And I've been at it ever since. But the name was selected because of the Keicho Jidai, the Keicho period. And that ran from 1596 to 1614, 15. And the reason it was interesting is many things happened at that point. It was a critical juncture in the sword history of Japan. For example, koto blades were renewed into what we call Shinto blades, and that was the entry for that in the Keicho period. But also, historically, you had three of the most interesting characters in Japanese history active at that time. You had Oda Nobunaga, you had Hideyoshi Toyotomi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. And so these three individuals influenced the history of Japan, and that happened just before their activities began, just prior to Keicho, but the impact and their activities ran through Keicho. Keicho was a very short period. From our estimation, it's about 18 or 19 years, and a lot of sword production and a lot of warfare. And so that's why I chose that name. It just had significance.
Okay, and we want to talk a little bit about some upcoming events, because in the early August, actually from the 2nd to 4th August, you can find us at the San Francisco Tokenkai. That's the correct name, right?
Yes, it's run by the Northern California Sword Study Group out of San Francisco.
Yeah. And you've been a local for many years. I've only been there 1 year last year. And we hope to see you there and tell us how you like our content there as well. And please look at our items we bring there.
So if we've never met, it's an opportunity to introduce yourselves and share some stories. And if we're old friends, let's renew acquaintances, and it's always fun. It's an amazing event. And for us, we can escape the heat and humidity of Japan in August for a cool respite in San Francisco at the Airport Marriott Hotel, right on the bay. You get the nice cool breezes in the evening. It's a wonderful opportunity to spend a few days with sword friends.
Definitely, yeah. Very joyful. But we have even another small event before that here in Japan. Robert, what is that?
So actually the summer is active up until August. August is pretty slow in Japan because of the temperature and the humidity. In fact, traditionally, Japanese sword shops weren't even open in August because they didn't like patrons coming in and dripping sweat onto their swords. But now you'll still find some shops open for a few weeks, but they do close for the Obon holiday period. So many shops do close for up to 10 days. So if you're planning to come to Japan in August, beware that you may not be able to visit some of these sword shop destinations that you've been longing to visit. But in July, actually, there are quite a few exhibition sales offered by dealers in different regional parts of Japan, and one is offered on July 26th, 27th, and 28th, and that will be in the Tohoku region in Yamagata, and it's primarily organized by Token Matsumoto, and he's invited some dealers to cooperate with him in this exhibition sale, and actually I'm one of them, so I'll be there with some interesting blades. And so if you're in Japan and end of July you're looking for something to do, you can always go north into the Tohoku area to Yamagata and see a fairly large exhibition. It's a cooperation of 3 or 4 dealers together.
Nice. Yeah.
And then beyond that, we start looking into autumn. And autumn brings the most spectacular of all sword shows, the premier samurai art show in the world.
We're all waiting for it.
Which is?
The Daito Kenichi.
Yes, and the Daito Kenichi this year will be held on November 2nd and 3rd.
And that was actually my question. As you're a member of the Sento Shokumiya, you could tell us probably if it runs for 2 or 3 days. But
so it's back to same situation as last year, where it was held only for 2 days. This is a big departure because all the years up until last year, it was held over 3 days, except for cancellation during the COVID period. So it's now scheduled for 2 days. That's a Saturday and Sunday. And there have been waves of tourists coming to Japan to exploit strong overseas currencies against the weak yen. So Japan is a bargain destination right now. But what that means is many hotels are booked to capacity. Infrastructure and tourist locations are busy. And this weekend, November 2nd and 3rd, the weather should be wonderful. It will be the beginning of the autumn koyo coloration of the leaves. So it's a great time to come. But be warned, you have to do your due diligence for booking hotels in advance and trying to determine, what logistical things you're going to face with travel issues.
Exactly.
Yeah. But should be fun.
Yeah, will be a great event. So, what items are we
Speaking of
today?
events, we're here to talk about Super Samurai Market. So, with the edged art objects for this presentation, we're going to present 3 pieces. And a signed Kanetsune katana. This is attributed to the 8th generation Tsukeimon. And this is of the Nara Taro school. So it's long, Nishaku Nisun Kubu, which comes in at around it's almost Nishaku Sanzun, which is, comes in at 69 centimeters. And it's from the Tensho period. Very interesting blade with a beautiful koshirai. In addition to that, a Naginata, which is a little bit of a departure for us. And this is has the full nakago. It's signed Kanesaki Saku and attributed to the Akasaka Senjun school. So this is also from the Tensho period. So Tensho ran from 1573 to 1592 in very nice condition. And actually, there's a pole and a saya with the kamon on it. The third item is a Kowakazashi signed Uda Kunimitsu, which is the Echu region. And the period is roughly 1492 to 1501. So it's a Hida Zakuri with the Iori Mune. So these are interesting pieces. And that Uda Kunimitsu also has a very nice koshirai and a kind of a tensho presentation style. Very pretty. So those are the 3 edged, fine samurai art items. How about on the kodogu side of things?
Yeah, the fittings. We have today 2 pairs of gold Menuki. One is by the Ishiguro school, who was very famous for their bird motif. So here we have also a white heron chased by a bird of prey in solid gold. And we have another pair of solid gold Menuki by the Kaga Goto workshops, and a very classic one, very nice dragons here. And the third item is a kind of special Fuchi Kashira by a famous master, the student of Haruaki Hogen, and he was called Akichika. And we have here the design of a Shinto traditional kazarimono. What's the English word for kazarimono? My English is bad. Some
kazarimono. Well, it's a decorative piece of. It's a hanging.
Decorative
right?
items.
Yeah. Like a symbol, I guess, representing usually, spiritual purity and things like that.
A very fine and detailed machibori item. And if you are interested in these items, you can directly write us emails. We will put our contact information into the descriptions here and into the descriptions of each item video. And as always, if you like the content, leave us a comment and a like and a subscribe. And we hope to hear from you and to maybe see you on one of the future events.
Yes, definitely. Like, if you can make the San Francisco show, that's great. If you're coming to Japan, there's also many opportunities.
We're always here, almost. Okay.
Most of the year. We're here in Japan, waiting for you.
And now we go to the beach.
Well, we could. Before it gets too hot.
Definitely.
As soon as they start selling beer, we should be there in the lineup. So thank you very much. And
Thanks
talk to you
for
soon.
watching.